Hey, we're out of Manila.
Yay!
Boracay in the search for monkeys.
It's actually Boracay now.
Boracay, whatever. Okay, so it was a long ride to get there. A bus, a taxi, a boat, which was really sketchy in the middle of the night. It didn't look like it was gonna float.
Well, the funny part was walking down the little plank to get onto the boat. It was like moving back and forth with the waves, and it was pretty bumpy, and I almost like dropped my suitcase.
All I know is people started putting their life vests on, and I was like, wait, where's mine? I didn't know how long this boat ride was going to be either. It was only about 40 minutes, right?
The boat ride was like 5 minutes.
No, it was longer than that.
It was not.
And then they started taking us down these dark alleys, and the guys in front of us pulling our luggage. We didn't know where we were going. This is where we ended up. The next morning we wake up, go down this alley that we're in, and just a few 100 yards, or 100 yards actually, we come out here, and my jaw dropped actually. I was quite impressed with the scenery. If you take a picture of this guy's sandcastle, he comes up to you and asks you for money, and then we'll take a picture for you. It's
just for a tip.
Quite a good business opportunity. Here's our moment, a romantic moment. It wasn't romantic for you? There's Mary and God everywhere in the Philippines. They put them on the rocks and in the caves. McDonald's is everywhere too, on the beach. The beach is kind of crowded. It's a big beach though. We went and had breakfast.
What are you taking a video of?
Huh?
What are you taking a picture of?
These guys. He wouldn't stop staring at us, this one guy that comes up to the right here. It was making me really uncomfortable.
This guy here.
He puts his sunglasses on to hide it.
He's staring at us.
He was literally staring at us the entire time we were eating.
Yeah. And the hat guys were waiting for the tourists to finish eating so they could ask them to buy a hat. These are the streets, the back streets, and the infrastructure, wires everywhere. Doctors, I think they were all about 15 or 16 years old. And this was our first evening. The next day, we decided to trek out. I had a little breakfast snack, trying the street food, getting brave. These trikes were everywhere. They're the main way to get around. They just load them up. If there's room, you squeeze in.
Okay, so we're on Boracay. This is the main street between like the section 1, 2, and 3. We're on our way today to go try and see some monkeys that are indigenous on the island at a beach, I don't know, a few miles away. You'll notice everybody in here is like, this is like the busy street. Today's Sunday, so it's less busy. But everybody's there. Everybody gets around on these mini cars and these mini bikes and tricycle, motorcycles. With, 10 people on one tricycle, motorcycle, not 10, but seriously 7 or 8.
They were everywhere. Those
They're
trikes.
really cheap to get around on.
Yeah.
It's like 5 pesos.
This is our first ride. Exhilarating. It just feels like they're gonna hit everybody.
Yeah, they're just like swerving in and out.
People have to get out of the way.
Yeah, people don't have the right of way, really. The guy was like, what?
You're running out of the road. Swerving out. Motorcycles, dogs. I can't believe there's more dead dogs. The dogs are all running loose. And here's a crowded trike here. I don't know, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. At least 6 I count. There might be 7. Look how it's leaning to the left, and they almost run over these girls. And here's our stop. We're trying to look for monkeys at this beach. That's where they said they were going to be.
Well, that's what Google said.
Google, yeah.
And I think there are, but there really weren't where we were that day, so
We
were quite disappointed.
But there's Mary. We were able to say a prayer on the beach.
So we've been here a couple days. We're staying right on the white sand beach, which is like a huge tourist spot. There's tons of restaurants and hotels and activities to do there. And right now we're walking down the main road of the island. As you can see, there's a lot of like markets and it's very busy. A lot of tricycle things. That's the primary way of getting around on the island, pretty much. It's like less than $1 to get from one end of the road to the other on one of those. Right now we're trying to find monkeys because I hear that there is monkeys on this island. Oh, and it's starting to rain. It's really nice and cool today. Yesterday it was like sweltering. I didn't want to leave the hotel room out of the air conditioning. Got a little dehydrated, but today it's a lot more pleasant to be walking around. And hopefully we'll find some monkeys.
Well, we did end up finding some monkeys, but not quite in the way that we had imagined.
This was some of the places we saw.
Yeah, we just started walking.
It was a long walk.
It was really long. It was so hot.
Probably 10 kilometers.
And there was like, we walked up a road, there was no trike people coming by, so we couldn't get a ride. But then finally this guy came and gave us a ride. Yeah. We asked him, where do we find the monkeys? And he's like, oh, monkeys, yes, I show you.
Come.
So he drives up the road a ways and then pulls over and it's like this zoo.
Take a look.
And we have to pay like $5 each to get in.
You can see yourself though.
It was really depressing because there's just these animals in these small little cages.
Or on a chain.
Or on a chain. Like this little monkey here.
Yeah, it looks good.
He did like looking at himself.
Yeah.
You got my glasses, eh?
Uh-oh.
He grabbed them. What are you gonna do with them? You gonna put them on? Oh, you're gonna break them. You're gonna bend them to fit you and then break them. Oh, you got somebody else's glasses down there too. That's your thing, eh?
Yeah.
That's what he wants to do with my phone. You want to bite my phone?
There were other monkeys there too. He was the only one in a cage.
You think
the other ones were actually outdoors, but they all had like chains attached to their feet and little perches to run back and forth on. It was pretty depressing.
All the birds had
We were expecting to see wild monkeys and we came to the zoo instead.
And there were birds there too, but they were all in tiny cages. Some of the exotic birds that live on the
I've noticed a few cultural differences. First of all, like the first obvious one is the driving. It doesn't seem like there's very many rules on the road except like, actually I can't think of any. I'm not sure what they are. You're just responsible for not running into somebody. You can just stop wherever you want. You can just like pull out whenever you want. Pedestrians don't really have the right of way. I mean, I'm surprised people aren't getting run over all the time, but I guess it works for her. Another cultural difference is trash. It seems like some of the people aren't too concerned about throwing their trash on the ground. And I read somewhere else that is possibly due to like just a cultural habit, because obviously, you know, on islands like this, you know, living in indigenous cultures, like they would have everything compostable. You know, their plates were like leaves. So when they were done, they just throw them on the ground. And so now that we have plastic and styrofoam, the habit is still there, and it's just being thrown on the ground without care. And I'm not really sure what the like trash or garbage system is here. I haven't really seen one. So, you know, that obviously plays a part in it. There's just like, everywhere you walk, there's piles of trash and stuff. There's trash on this beach in the morning. There's people out here sweeping it up and stuff. But definitely still like third world conditions. It's very interesting seeing really like swanky resorts and hotels like this one that we just happened to walk into right now. We're probably not even supposed to be here, but we are. And then, you know, if you walk out that gate, it's going to be like a ramshackle building, you know, with a family living in, you know, some squalor conditions, trash and stuff. I mean, but this is here, it's a million times better than Manila. One of the fun cultural differences I've noticed is that you're always greeted as sir or mum, you know, ma'am. They say it like mum. And so whenever you walk into like an establishment or just walking on the street, you're greeted as like, they go, yes sir, or yes mom. And sometimes if, you know, we're together, it's yes sir mom. It's, I don't know, it's cute. It's kind of funny. Everyone's very polite. They're always trying to get us to buy stuff, like that guy right there. It's okay, thank you.
They wait for me to nod.
Yeah.